didn't get handheld at all. Anything else? Yeah, look at this. Loot. Ham aged 6 months. And withered broccoli. Okay. Tasty. Yum. Wizardess.
Finally, there you are.
Yeah, well, we had to fight off hordes of orcs to get here.
Bloodthirsty and cunning orcs, mind you.
And you wouldn't believe the stink in those toilets.
You're losing me. He says he's
I
stuck
agree
and
with the
can't open
ogre.
the gate.
Looks like some kind of pantry, but it's empty.
He says he only had a small bite.
Small bite of everything.
Let's
Oh,
see.
wow.
There must be some kind of mechanism somewhere.
Levers can be far from the mechanism they activate.
Okay. Investigate the room for a lever to free the ogre. You can use tab to highlight any interactable objects. Thank you. Loot. Proud fat stock cube and sausage guillotine. Yeah, that looks like the lever. Let's check this whole room. That's a door. It's locked. Activate.
Here we go, it's opening.
Aw, I'm happy too, buddy.
I'd have expected him to bend the bars.
He was too anxious to be on his own. Ogres are very sensitive.
All the
True.
cumbersome stuff
They are
the party
very sensitive.
finds usually ends up stashed in the ogre's bag because he's the strongest. Since it's rather impractical to rummage through, we've come up with an interface for you.
Oh, thank you. Inventory. The ogre is the one who carried all your inventory on the right, but each character has their own equipment on the left. There's a weight limit to your inventory, so you can't just carry everything around with you. You can read about characteristics of weapons in the highlighted area. All weapons share the same for stats, but some also have additional magical properties. Damage. The damage range of the weapon. Most skills are based on the equipment weapon damage. A precision, the accuracy bonus brought by the weapon, which will be added to a character's natural precision, can be raised by items or passive skills. Critical chance, the probability of striking a critical hit with your weapon, can be raised by items or passive skills. Critical damage, this is your critical damage multiplier. Your damage will be multiplied by this number if you trigger a critical hit. Each character can be equipped with a main weapon and a secondary weapon, with the exception of the ogre and the wizardess, who only have one weapon slot. Range, you can equip a bow as a secondary weapon. Equip the bow you just found with right click or by dragging it on the secondary weapon slot. Right click, equip. You can navigate between characters by clicking on their portraits. Look at the portrait of the ogre. The portrait of the ogre is red. This means he suffers from an injury. Click on him. Character gets injured when they become unconscious during combat or take too much damage from a trap during exploration. Move the cursor of the ogre's injury to get more information. Okay. Injuries are permanent attribute penalties. They can be healed with specific consumables and bandages or first aid kits, or by resting in a tavern. You will suffer a penalty associated with the injury as long as it's not healed. If a character falls in combat again while still wounded, the injury will get worse. Cross threshold. Raising the corresponding penalty. There's 3 wound thresholds. Use a bandage from your inventory to heal this nasty looking injury. To use a bandage, you can use left click like regular object, or click and drag the bandage with the left click directly on the injury. You can also press directly on the injury and bandage. Get back to the game with escape whenever you are ready. Or click back.
Well, I found some writing materials in his bag. I should be able to map the dungeon now.
The wizardess keeps the map updated. It's usually best to act as if you know where you're going, although I'm pretty used to most players fucking around by clicking haphazardly.
No, you can't do this. You can't call me out like this. The wizardess is in charge of the dungeon map and the quest journal. Open it to learn more. Okay. The quest journal is on the left. Here you can not only find the objectives to your main quest, but also the secondary quest. Got it? The map is on the right. You can use it to get your bearings around the dungeon, and it will be updated throughout your progress. Thank you.
I hear something. Someone's coming.
Go check it out.
Why should it be me? Rangers are usually the scouts.
Coward!
Yes, sir. It's a perfectly honorable life choice.
Time for lunch, guys! Come on! Grub time!
Grub time!
Intruders. Let's eat them too!
Oh,
Maybe I could go back to
very
the
hungry
inn
orc.
to ask for help.
Shut up! We got no use for whips. You have to fight like everybody else.
Now that you've gathered some of your party, your characters have unlocked their first skills, which will prove useful to defeat these orcs. Begin combat by pressing fight. No planning, nothing. The ranger is a jack of all trades. Ranged attacks, support, heals. He has a lot of options. Select one of the tactical skills to learn more. Okay. Raises precision of all allies until the end of combat. Only one tactic may be active at the same time. Raises parry and dodge chance of all allies until the end of combat. Only one tactic. Okay. So that's 5 precision or 10 parry and 10 dodge. For me, it kind of seems this is like a net benefit over some precision. Here you'll find some useful information about your skills. Every skill costs stamina and has a cooldown period. You'll gain back some stamina at the beginning of every turn. You can check the regen value by moving the cursor over the stamina bar. So here, got it. Confirm. The ranger at level 1 can use tactics. These skills can influence all allies no matter where they are on the map. Once activated, a tactic will stay active until the end of combat or until the ranger dies. I hope that's not going to be the case. Only one tactic can be active at any time. If you choose to use another, it will cancel the effect of the first one. I guess you can still swap between them. Tactic charge is an offensive buff, while tactic defensive maneuver is a defensive one. Thank you, game. Select and use the tactic that you wish to have during the battle. When your precision appears in this color, this means
Well,
the
at least
skill
I can get
cannot
some homework
miss.
done.
Hold your ground!
Hold your ground. Now move your range around the highlighted tile. You're about to learn how to combine your character's strengths. The ogre is your most brutal character. Very sensitive brutal character, please. You need to mention that. However, he's not that accurate. That's why he could use some support from your other characters. Oh, and he doesn't really like wearing armor. So I guess he's not gonna be a tank, just a brawler. The ogre has the Kadula Pog skill. In ogrish this means please mind my personal space. Get closer to the orc in order to use it. Kadula Pog can push an enemy back 2 tiles. Since the ranger is oriented towards your target, the orc will also be targeted by an opportunity attack if he's pushed back. Oh, that's neat. So stack people around them and go push him. Oh, he actually shouts at Kadula a pug. And he's dead. The Wizardess is your area of effect specialist. She is frail, but her most powerful attacks can hit multiple enemies simultaneously. Some of her attacks can also inflict some powerful status effects like burning or frozen. There's an archer. First things first, let's take cover. Okay. At level 1, the Wizardess has 2 spells under her belt. The Cure Minor Wounds. Thank you, she can be our healer as well. And the formidable Waza's Whirlwind. Spell cost Astral Energy and also has cooldown period. You'll get some Astral Energy back at the beginning of every turn. So they have one resource to spend and it's just called differently. You can check the region value by moving the cursor over the Astral Energy bar, select the Whirlwind and let's check it out. Waza's Whirlwind is an area of effect spell, which means it can also hurt friends. Be careful where you cast it. Aim for the highlighted tile so you can hit multiple orcs simultaneously.
Toga, Swala, Bodwaza!
Waza! Thief's level 1 skill is the Sneaky Strike. This attack can dish out a lot of damage, but only if your target is facing away from you. Since there are no orcs in range facing away from you, delay your turn and let them act first. Maybe you'll find an opening after their turns. The elf is exposed. She is a frail character. Position her behind cover with the Wizardess so you can protect her from the archer who's about to act. The elf skill is the Elven Ricochet. It's a highly sophisticated technique which will randomly hit up to 2 targets in a 2-tile radius around the last target. Select Elven Ricochet. A surprising shot that deals damage and can ricochet up to 2 times. Its ricochet can hit anyone, friend or foe, within 2 tiles. Get him? No, we can't get him. We need to shoot this guy.
Oops! Shouldn't be standing there.
Hello, hello. There's no pool to use yet. Finally, an orc is vulnerable to your sneaky strike. Sneak up behind him. Let's sneak up behind. Our ogre's almost dead. Sneaky strike. Powerful, vicious attack that only works if the target is facing away.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Now finish the combat as you see fit. We need to heal the ogre. Do you have any? I think the sorceress can heal him. Let's move you. Does he have an Overwatch? No. Let's move you here. And maybe use a ranged attack. Great. Great, 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 great. And let's move the ogre. Let's keep him in cover. Oh, he can eat ham. Stores a small amount of health, grants a physical resistance bonus and some health regen usable on yourself or an ally in melee range. No. We're gonna end turn. Use Cure Minor Wounds. Oh, it's like heals him completely. Could also cure the ranger. Let's move her up. Let's move the thief. Move him into cover. I can shoot from here. Okay, we're not gonna heal the ranger because he's gonna get another chance to attack. We're just gonna end it. There we go. He's clapping. Heal everyone. Can we use something else? Oh, it's heal injuries and restore health points. Got it. Chercaner armbands. Take all.
Wow, what a fight!
Still, those orcs weren't in fighting shape. I think they were running from something.
If that's the case, so should we.
Enough defeatism. Let's go. We still have to find the dwarf and the
Defeatism.
barbarian.
Please, don't come here with your defeatism.
Come on, have a taste of my axe, you orc scum. There's one dwarf yet in this dungeon who still draws breath.
Okay.
Yes, we'll kick your face in.
Battle!
You're lucky we're here. You're in over your head.
Nothing's over my head. I'm tall for a dwarf.
Okay, the dwarf and the barbarian are in a tough spot. You have to help them before they get overwhelmed. You can still access your inventory during the planning phase to equip big consumables or to heal. This can be useful to analyze the situation and devise a strategy. Begin combat when you're ready. Can we... I guess we can't move them away. So you're gonna stay there. Over there, maybe move him there. And the ranger... I'm gonna do area of effect on these guys. And maybe the ogre can help, so we're gonna move the ranger here. Can we not move the ranger? Guess not. And we can access the inventory.
Crap, what a mess.
Let's equip this. Bandages. Do we need any? Oh, they have.
I've got some nuts for the squirrels.
Careful with my books.
Careful with her
If it
books.
stinks, it's my boots.
Hands off my gold, my precious gold.
Okay, hands off his gold,
No,
please.
stay out of my pockets.
Consumable slot. Let's put a potion back. Let's begin. Strategy, defensive maneuvers. Oh, it gets them as well. It gets everyone.
Hold your ground!
And let's move them here. The barbarian is a powerful, nimble fighter. He can move a little further than his companions, and he hits hard. I guess as much. However, his protection is rather low, and his precision is not that good. Blind barbarian. The good thing with the barbarian is that he's rather straightforward. His first skill, Steel Barrage, targets all 3 tiles in front of him. Select the Steel Barrage and let's check what happens if you attack these 3 arcs. Okay. I see. This is how it works. And smash. One of them's down already. Another one bites the dust. Leaving this spot is still too dangerous for now, as you would get hit by 2 opportunity attacks. You don't have much choice there. You should end your turn. Alright. Ow. Your enemies have skills too. Those orcs can knock you down, although there is a chance to resist this thanks to your physical resistance. A knockdown character will skip their turn and is easier to hit. Our dwarf is a noble descendant of Girdil Shiny. His names, and as such was predestined to an adventurous life. He has enough hit points to endure the charge of a rabid troll, but is rather slow. He loves heavy armor, shields, and gold coins. A tank. The dwarf is in trouble. Weakened and surrounded, he may very well die before the next turn if you leave him like this. Time to talk about defensive stance. It's a skill that all your characters know. Select it in your actions bar and use it on the dwarf. The defensive stance raises your character's protection and lowers the precision of any enemy attacking you until next turn. It will also protect them from critical hits. However, a character who is in defensive stance cannot perform any opportunity attacks. Alright, so you survive, but you don't hit back. Defensive stance can be cancelled if the character gets stunned, knocked over, or scared. Select it, then use it on the dwarf to protect him from incoming attacks. Shortest path to your companions is blocked by crates. Thankfully, those elements of the environment can be destroyed like the fragile-looking crates. Usually it takes 2 hits to break them, but the ogre is so brutal he can destroy them in 1. Plus, he cannot miss his attack. Attack the crate to open up the path. Oh! Smack! And let's go help the barbarian.